So it's pretty hard to put something together for just a few minutes that I have since I've been around for many years. And so I guess what I'd like for you to know about us is how God has really taken care of us, provided for our needs, a lot of our wants, and directed our lives from the time that we got married. I wanted to go to college, and of course, our families didn't have any money to send either one of us. And so we had to get a job even to move to Nampa, where I had signed up for a business class. The lady from the college had stopped by the school and talked to me about coming to school in Nampa. I had no idea that there was a college there, Nazarene College. So we didn't know how we were going to get the money. So my grandpa said, well, the neighbor has a job on the farm that he needs someone to help him. It pays $1 an hour. And I go, well, good. The $1 an hour is really good. So I told him that I would take the job. And after 10 days, we finally had enough money to take all of our belongings that we owned, put them in the car, and head for Nampa. Now, that job that I did was cleaning out a chicken manure house. And I loaded the manure spreader and spread it out on the field for 10 days. And that's how we got enough money to move to Nampa. So it bothers me once in a while that kids would say, well, I can't do that job, or I don't know how to do that job. But if you have a goal, you'll do what you need to do to get there. We got to Nampa, and there was no place for us to stay, like she said, and there was no job for us, like she promised, other than for my tuition, I could work in the college. And that didn't put food on the table very much, nor pay our rent. But as it happened, my grandpa gave me money for working for him on the farm, and he sent it down to Nampa with my mom, my grandma, and my mother-in-law. So one morning about 6 o'clock, there was a knock on the door, and there they stood right in front of us, and we had nothing to give them. We had a half a stick of butter and a half a can of condensed milk in the refrigerator, and that's all we had in the house. But we were happy. We didn't know any better, and we were not doing well. So with that money, we caught up on our rent and bought some groceries and sent them on their way after a couple of days. But that didn't help the whole situation. So finally, one of the fellows from our church worked at Armour & Company, and I told him before that I needed a job, and there just wasn't anything for a while. So I told Juanita one morning, I can't go to school anymore. I have to quit and find a full-time job. We need to take care of things at the house, and by that time, we were expecting our first one, and so we had to take care of that. So I went to my school. I told them that I quit, that I couldn't work anymore, couldn't go to school anymore, and went home. Didn't know what to do, was praying what to do for this whole situation. And all of a sudden there was a knock on the door, and it was our friend from the church, from the Armour & Company, and he says, "Do you want a job?" I go, "Yeah, I do." And so that job was with us, and we worked there until the last 6 months of college. So it was a union job. It paid union wages better than any of the others around. And so that helped us pay tuition, buy school clothes for the kids, buy a car, all the other things that we needed to get through school, except for the last 6 months. The last 6 months of school, I have kidney stones. And of course, the doctor said, you either have to quit work or quit your job and quit school. You can't do both because it's taking it out of you. So I went to Armour & Company after working there for 7 years almost and said, I have to quit. Here's my 2 weeks notice. And they said, well, we can replace you now. You don't need to come back. I go, okay, fine. Now what do I do? So I had heard about a bus driving job. So I went around the corner from the Armour & Company and went in and talked to Mr. Brown, who owned Brown Bus Company of Nampa, and he says, I need a driver, you're hired. So by the time I got home, I had an old job done, a new job starting, and Juanita said, as I walked in the door, I got an evening job. I can work evenings. So for the last 6 months to get through school, I worked driving the school bus morning and night. And one time I had to take the kids with me because no babysitter. Juanita worked swing shift, and that's how we got through school. So God really took care of us in all of that, not even knowing that there was a college there that He provided for me, for us really. And by that time we had 3 boys, and God provided for us to take care of those 3 boys. And when I left college, they owed me $120. So that's a pretty good deal that God took care of all of that, unbeknownst to us that would ever happen to start out our lives. God is so good to us. He blesses us and takes care of us always.